I'm so happy to meet you and speak to you because we've never met. And
I
I'm sure you've
have
come to Dubai
strangely
often, but
never been to Dubai. I've yeah,
you've never been to Dubai.
I know
Okay.
it's probably the most absurd thing
Okay.
because I've been everywhere but Dubai. I've been on the airport. I've been in transit through Dubai,
Right.
but I've never really been in the city. I've always wanted to go.
Okay. Tell me about your tattoo. What's that? It looks very interesting.
That's a roaring tiger. It's a
Wow.
ferocious, yeah, it's a ferocious tiger.
Ah, okay.
I resonate with a ferocious and roaring tiger.
Right. Is it a new one or you've had it for a while?
I've had it for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Already.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay. So we'll talk about, first of all, Jani Tu Ya Jane Na, of course. That role is a little older now, but what an interesting role you started out with. And then, of course, we have so many things that we can talk about. But yes, Four More Shots, Please is something that we've enjoyed and loved and, watched you in, and the graph of the characters moved from, how it starts and how it moves. So there's so many exciting things happening right now with you, hiccups and hookups, and then you have Bachchan Pandey, you have Wo Ladki Hai Kahan, so many. So tell me about all of that. How's 2022 looking?
Very bright, very
Yeah.
exciting. Yes, ma'am, very exciting. We have season 3, 4 more shots, hopefully releasing this year, but we're shooting the last sked in a month. I have we shoot season 2 of Hiccups and Hookups in at the end of the year. We have Bachchan Pandey releasing next week. We have Wo Ladki Hai Kahan hopefully releasing this year. So yes, a few releases and I'm just ma'am, I'm just trying to work as much as I can. These I feel like this is my prime, and I need to utilize this time, working as much as I can, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. So how was, 2021 was full of work despite the lockdown?
Absolutely, yes. 2021 was full of work. I mean, yes, when the lockdown, when obviously we weren't working when we were under lockdown, but and I was back to back. I did Hiccups and Hookups the entire season. We shot Wo Ladki Hai Kahan in between. I was promoting stuff, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, it's been a busy year. 2021 was a very busy year.
Okay.
And in fact, so was 2020, except for when we were in lockdown again. Yeah. But I've been shooting since 2019, pretty much end of 2019, all throughout, in and out of lockdown, and yes, and and it's been continuous, and we just wrapped up Wo Ladki Hai Kahan, and I leave to shoot the final schedule for 4 more shots in Italy next month, and then after that we fly to London and we shoot another film in London.
Wonderful. So about each of these roles, were you allowed to speak?
A little bit, yes, a little bit I am allowed to speak. Bachchan Pandey is a very different character, something I have never done before. I play a I play a gunda, if I may. He's a goon, if I may. I play a goon, and I play Mr. Akshay Kumar's goon. So it's Bachchan Pandey, obviously the central character is Mr. Akshay Kumar, and we are all his goons. So I'm part of the his clan. It's a very different character because I speak in a very rural, crass dialect. Obviously, it is Hindi, but it's kind of Awadhi, and it's
So did you work on it? Did you work on the?
Yes. All of us had to work on the language and dialect, and it's a very interesting character, and I'm excited for that. We वो लड़की हैं कहाँ a extremely sincere middle class banker who happens to fall in love with Tapsi, and then finally they get together and they get married. So he's again very interesting because it's very different from stuff that I've done before. It's he's an eager beaver, and he wants to please everybody. He's a people pleaser, and he's a yes man, and he's kind of shy and soft spoken, but just a good, sincere guy. The kind of guy I think any middle class woman or girl would like to take home and would love to marry. And hiccups and hookups I'm an absolute brat in in that. Again, so my how do I put this? I am trying to play as many versatile characters as I can as an actor. I think that's what gives me satisfaction. I think that's what.
Any of these are closest to you, as close to real.
I think every character has a little of me. I think if all just it's a actors had nothing of me. Ultimate actor, that person playing that character, so you definitely will see something similar. But yes, every character has a little bit of me, I think, and I try to tap into that, as much as I can.
What about the other way around? Any character that's left an imprint on the actor?
Yes, absolutely, yes. वो लड़की हैं कहाँ has left stayed with me. Also, it's the most recent, and we just finished.
Yeah.
But definitely stayed with me because he's an extremely lovable guy, and almost too good to be true, and extremely trustworthy and dependent, and
Dependable, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, just
the right
100% Mr. Right. The only downfall is that he is not rich. He's not rich or wealthy, but everything else is,
in place.
Yeah, everything else is just is perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, so that definitely stayed with me. I think my heart is with that character, definitely.
So how do you choose a role? Is there are you looking for characters which are unusual, or like the ones that you've not done before, of course? But what does it take to say yes to a role?
I think, ma'am, it's how much value that character adds to the story, how much and how impactful, and does it have a message, or even if it doesn't have a message, is it impactful enough? So there's many checkboxes to tick when I decide on the character. I feel like it needs to it needs to be entertaining. It needs to be yes, for it needs to, hopefully have a
And
message.
the story, your choices, or does a director, the production house? How do you?
I think it's a little bit of everything, ma'am. It's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Yes, it's a little bit of everything.
Right. Also, tell me about the Madhur Bhandarkar film.
Yes,
Lockdown.
in India lockdown. Yes, we have. So this, I mean, it was supposed to release last year, but it's just, I think, stuck for some reason. But it it's about our country and what our country faced during the lockdown, and the struggle for every person, and caste, creed, class, class, everybody was struggling, and it was, and it's about some, it's about a few specific characters that who's how do I put this? They are different people in different professions trying to make ends meet. We have a sex worker, we have a migrant worker, we have a billionaire, we have middle class, a higher middle class, so different, all these different
Sets of people, yeah,
kinds of people. So Mr. Madhur Bhandarkar has picked out, one character for each of these kind of people, and narrated a story, and how each person somehow is interconnected through the story. No, I mean, not in everyday life, but in this story, it's just all these characters are kind of interconnected, and how each of these struggle through the lockdown, and yes, it's a beautiful catharsis by the end of it. Also, there's a beautiful catharsis for every character. And
how did you survive the lockdown? How was it for you creatively? What did you do?
Wow, I survived. I did pretty well. I was great, ma'am. I was great. I used all that time to rest, because I'd been working back to back, absolutely jumping from one set to another. And so when I had, I mean, all that time was I utilized that in sleeping as much as I could, and training, obviously training, and but just keeping healthy, making sure I was healthy, making sure I was healthy. And
as an artist, how does it help you? This time, how did it help you to, did you watch a lot of movies? Did you?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, watched a ton of movies, ton of shows. Absolutely, yes.
Anything you can recommend that stayed with you and you're really amazed by? So much of content, right, on OTT.
Absolutely, so much. I actually love this show called Kingdom. I watched it a few times. I watched it twice, and I discovered it in the lockdown in 2020. It's about martial arts and stuff like that. But that was one of my favorites that stayed with me, and it left left quite the impact on me.
Any skills you picked up? Because a lot of people turned a lot of all these skills came out during the lockdown because there was so much time. Anything?
Sure, yes. I won't say I picked up any skills, but I think I further developed the skills that I was passionate about. I've been training training martial arts since 2019, so I just kind of kept that going even through the lockdown. I was very as regular as I could, and just that, just finding time to train and do what I love, and just you know take advantage of the much needed free time and rest.
Yeah. And what about music? What is your choice in music? What do you listen to?
What is my choice of music?
Yeah.
My choice of music, everything under the sun, ma'am. Everything under the sun. But
Yeah.
I'm a classic rock and roll kind of guy. I
Uh-huh.
like some Bollywood music also. I like.
What is your Bollywood choice? What is that you listen? What is in your playlist right now?
I don't have a playlist actually. It's yeah,
Mhm.
strange. I'm probably one of the few people in the world that don't have a playlist. I don't have a playlist. I just
Pick up
yeah,
stuff.
just put something on YouTube or
What is that you liked of late? Is there anything that you YouTubed and you liked and
uh
you saw?
I'm a 90s kid, ma'am, so I
Ah,
love I
yes.
love 90s music, and I'm a huge Shah Rukh Khan fan, and so I love his you know classic um iconic songs, from Dil To Pagal Hai, or
Mhm.
from
Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge.
Dil Wale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, stuff like that. But I listen to everything under the sun. So
Mhm.
you name it, I listen to hip hop, rap, gangster rap, techno, um, sometimes a foreign rap that I don't even understand, languages that I don't understand, but I just I just like the melody and the beat. I listen to a lot of Hindi rap. I listen to Gully Boy, Divine, lots of stuff, ma'am. Lots of music. Uh, Music lives within me. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm always
Surrounded by music.
surrounded by music in my head. There's always some music going on in my head. Even
Do you sing as well?
uh, I'd love to sing. I
Mhm.
love to sing. I don't sing that often, but I love to sing.
Okay, right. Any choice in food that our audience would like to hear? Because you eat clean, I'm sure, because you're into fitness.
I do, yes, I do eat clean, but I also cheat when I deserve to.
Okay.
uh, and So yeah, I mean, I think you should absolutely eat clean. Make sure you're eating, uh, the right stuff to nourish your body.
Mhm.
But I think a cheat meal once a week is not going to harm you at all. In fact, it kind of motivate you to stay healthy for the entire week, and then you can kind of let go at
Okay.
the end of the week. But I guess so. My favorite cheat meal would be a pizza or mac. I think that is it's just a no-brainer for me. And uh,
Right.
but yes, I think I made a lot of greens if but eat your veggies. Eating your veggies is extremely important. Don't eating your veg.
What about travel? Is there any specific, after the lockdown, a lot of people traveled a lot and there are places that people went to. Do you have any, do you have a wish list or have you traveled all?
I've done a fair bit, but I absolutely want to see as much as the world as I can. I'm going to Italy. This will be the second time I go there, but I haven't seen anything of Italy. I literally went uh, when I was quite young, and literally for one day.
Mhm.
We drove from the south of France to Italy, so I don't. I mean, it doesn't count. So yes, we go to Italy to shoot. It'll be my first time there.
Mhm.
Uh, but definitely would love to see the rest of the world,
And Dubai.
and Dubai, absolutely, and Dubai, and Dubai.
Yeah, right, right. The expo is going on right now. A lot of actors are already here they have
I
an,
hear, yes, I hear, I'm aware, yes.
yes. And so about your roles again, we'll talk about it. The fact that how do these roles? So when you first of all, that you've said yes to these roles and it comes to you in a certain way because they speak to you. Now, what is your next process after this? Is there something that is spontaneous or something that you prepare? Are you scared? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? How do you feel?
I'm sure a little bit of anxiousness, and I'm not. I don't think I'd say I'm scared.
Mhm.
Not as yet. I've never felt that. Maybe I will in the future, but I've never felt that as yet. But definitely some anxiousness, but I'm extremely excited and raring to go, and in a I become extremely proactive, and
Mhm.
I love making notes. I love watching reference films. I love studying characters if I need to take inspiration, and I love the process. It could be anything. It could be reading something. It could be watching something for reference. It could be just reading the script over and over again and keep making notes, and it could even be start rehearsing from the get-go. As soon as you get the script, read your lines and kind of pick up a scene and just rehearse and see how you feel about it, and just I think the key for me is to stay with the material. I need to stay with the material as much as I can,
Mhm.
and uh, and yes, what I also help myself by uh, uh, by by keying in some very crucial words that would kind of summarize the entire energy of the scene. So if in case I'm doing other stuff and then suddenly have to kind of get back into that, so I know that one word will just make me understand everything that I about the scene. So just all of it, and it's an extremely satisfying process for me, ma'am. It is I think getting into character for any actor, I think is I think the most
Interesting,
magic
because
process.
I've asked this question to the some of the other actors as well, and some people use perfumes for certain roles. So that role,
They use.
perfume, a certain perfume, uh,
Wow.
to get into that mode.
Wow,
Some
I should try.
other,
I'd love to try that. I should try that. I've never thought of that.
yeah. So what you speak about as keywords is I mean, the way you switch into character. People use other stuff, so that's very interesting
Yes.
because you're okay
Yes.
as an artist who's also very sensitive. Most artists are. How do you protect your inner space, the core of you?
That's a great question. How do I protect my core? Mm, I think I surround myself with the things that I love and the people that I love, and surround myself with positivity and uh, people who lift me up, and who I also lift up, and I just yes, just and people who keep me grounded. So and I mean,
Mhm.
I also I think mm, I can vouch for myself that I can, uh, I'm pretty good at keeping myself grounded, but I do like to surround myself with like-minded people, and people that help me
Mhm.
to stay grounded, and we stay grounded together, and
Right.
lots
Yeah,
of love and respect and understanding, and just a positive frame of
Mhm.
mind,
Right.
and I think it's uh, and an honest uh, you know frame of mind. I think it's
Yeah.
that will definitely help in protecting